Resale versus pre-construction. With the increasing prices of homes and properties pretty much everywhere across the country, more and more buyers are looking at other options, alternatives to resale homes. For example, mobile homes or backyard sheds. Speaking of backyard sheds, we have one coming to the market at just over $1 million, but I digress. What I want to go over with you guys today is the differences between pre-construction new builds and resale, and the advantages, disadvantages of both. So there are three types of pre-construction that you might have heard of. The first one is new builds. New builds are the ones you go into the sales office, you sign a contract, pay the deposit or down payment, and then after a year or two, you get to move in. The other type is quick possession. Quick possession is essentially the same thing. It's just the construction has almost finished or completely finished, and you get the house within a month or two, if not immediately. The third one is custom homes, and custom homes, as it sounds, are custom, and you work with a builder. So you either have a house, the builder comes, they demolish the house, they build it up from scratch, and along every single step, you are there to kind of guide them and tell them what you want. So the layout of the house, the trims, the finishes, everything. And the other type of custom home is the builder just buys a house, fully demolishes it, builds it up themselves, and then they put it on the market. And they don't have a buyer yet, so they're trying to find a buyer. And that's also a custom home, but either way, they're a little bit more expensive, and you're paying that premium because you're paying a builder to kind of do it for you rather than a developer to do cookie cut, paste, copy paste every single house on the subdivision. So for the purpose of this comparison, we're just going to be talking about new builds. And the first advantage is the most obvious one. You have lower maintenance and repair costs because it's brand new. So everything, all your appliances, washer, dryer, furnace, water heater, electrical, plumbing, roofing, all the finishes, everything is brand new. And if anything does fail or needs fixing, it's probably because it's faulty, and warranty covers it anyway. And in a resale home, you don't really have that same assurance, and that's why we suggest to always get a home inspection done. This is also the same reason why in new condo buildings, most developers waive the first year or the first 2 years of the maintenance fee because there is almost no maintenance required. And if you notice, every single year afterwards, the maintenance fee just creeps up a little bit every single year, and that's because as the building ages, it deteriorates and requires more maintenance. The second point is customizability. And in a pre-construction, similar to a custom home, you can go into a sales office and you can pick all your finishes. You can pick the countertops, kitchen cabinets, the hardwood flooring, the colors, everything can be customized, and you don't have that option in a resale home, obviously. Third point is environmentally friendly homes, and you hear this a lot. What I mean by that is high efficiency products like furnaces and water heaters, where they use less electricity and power, but they still output the same. So that's better for the environment and also better for the bank. And the last point is the community and neighborhood. So you do come into a brand new community. So if you're buying a brand new house in a subdivision, new roads, new sidewalks, no potholes, you have a new park, new schools, all that sort of thing. Same thing with a building, condo building, the pool, all the amenities, gym, elevators, all that stuff is going to be brand new. And that's a big deal for some people. Now, some of the disadvantages are that you are going to have to pay more, and just like anything else that's brand new, you do pay a premium for it being brand new. And sometimes the developers of these pre-constructions will factor in the appreciation of that unit or that house in the price right in the beginning. So what I mean by that is, let's say you're buying a townhouse in this area in 2021, the developer will look at that property and kind of make an estimation or a calculation to see how much it's going to be worth in 2 years or 3 years, whenever you get it, for that same type of house in that same area. And they will factor that in. So that's also another thing that gets included in your price, but it's all right in the beginning and you don't really notice it. They're not going to come and tell you this is how much it's going to appreciate. They have their own guys on the back end doing all of this stuff, so you just get the price, the final price. Second point is regarding the material costs and shipping costs, because they're both connected. You have a large increase in price for lumber, metals, and things like that, and because of that, the builder has to pay more to build the house. So they're going to tack on that price to the purchase price. Or you have the alternative where you see some smaller builders and developers use cheaper materials to save money and try to give you the same price, but with cheaper materials, cheaper quality, cheaper finishes. And that's obviously bad as well. And the third point is related to the same topic. Basically, every single project in the GTA has been put on hold several times throughout the last year and a half, and that's created more delays in the whole construction process. And right in the beginning, when you go into the sales office to sign the contract, they do have a clause in there that says they can push it back. And unfortunately, there's no way to really know exactly how long they can push it back for, or how long they will push it back for. It could be pushed back by 1 year, 2, maybe 10 years. No way to really know. Fourth item that I would say is a disadvantage is what you see in a sales office is not always what you get. And I've mentioned this before several times as well. So when you go into a sales office, a presentation center, they have the best product there. So the best kitchen cabinets, the best appliances, the best trims and finishes. And the price that you see right in the beginning most likely doesn't include all those upgrades. And you have to be very clear. Again, this is something that needs to be specifically laid out before you sign the contract, because afterwards it's too late. And this is a pretty big advantage, I would say, for resale, because you do get a lot of items. So like in a subdivision home, you probably won't get appliances that come with the kitchen. It's just going to be a bare bone kitchen. You won't get window coverings, which you normally would in a resale house. You probably won't get the central vac system. They might do a rough in for you, but they're not going to install the whole thing, and you won't get the accessories. You might not get garage door openers. You might not get a deck. You might not get fencing in your backyard. All of these things need to be specifically laid out, and you need to ask if it's unclear right before you sign. After signing, it's too late. And the last point of a disadvantage that I would say is construction inconvenience. And what I mean by that is, if you are in a subdivision, you bought a brand new house, expect there to be multiple phases of that project just ongoing for maybe several years afterwards. You're going to be dealing with a lot of dirt and mud and noise and all of that sort of thing. And even if you are in a condo building, you could be facing, unfinished hallways, lobbies, boarded up elevators, or incomplete parking garages. And that could be for the entire occupancy period or even longer. And if you don't know what the occupancy period is, I have another video explaining that, so go watch that. So yeah, that's basically it. If you guys do have any questions, feel free to reach out. You can comment or direct message me, and I would be more than happy to help. Take care.